Okay, so today is November 9th, and in 2 days it is Remembrance Day. And I thought about what it was that wanted to be shared today, or I opened up to what it was that wanted to be shared today. And even though Remembrance Day is coming up in a couple of days, and I'm not wearing a poppy, and this is the time of year where we really, really remember, appreciate, honor, and revere all the people who have served, especially in the first two world wars. Not that there has been a third one, the First and Second World War, because of them and the commitment and the sacrifice that they made, the sacrifices that made, we are able to be here right now in community together like this. We are able to live in a country like Canada in the way that it is right now. And so my talk isn't going to be about that, but I just wanted to mention that we have an opportunity here to be so, so deeply grateful and appreciate everything that has come before and all the things that these people did so that we can live the standard and quality of life that we're living here right now today. Now, with that being said, I want to focus on a different kind of remembering, and that's the kind of remembering that we were just singing about, and I am remembering who I am. The remembering that we are doing as we come together, every single time we come together in a community, the remembering that we're doing when we meditate, when we pray, when we shift our attention and focus consciously to what is in here and what is the truth of our being, rather than getting caught up in what is going on around us, sometimes even what's going on in our mind, right? So this morning, during my morning practice, which many of you know includes meditation for almost an hour, and then there's some affirmative prayer, and then there is some positive intelligence work, and then there is tuning into my new favorite guy on Instagram, Michael Hunter from Up Spiral Life. I mentioned him a few weeks ago. And this morning he had a very, very, very short reel, and in there he said, "The whole world lives inside you. How you see, how you feel, how you perceive the world around you, and what you choose to focus on. All of that comes from within, okay? Everyone here has a worldview, and it might change from time to time, but everyone here has a worldview, whether we're aware of it or not, that is influenced by our beliefs, by our thoughts, things that we aren't even aware of a lot of the time. And whatever this worldview is, this is our lens for how we create our life experience and how we receive our life experience. And so if we want to have a different life experience, we got to change that lens, right? And it's not even so much the lens, it's kind of like get rid of the lens and just remember who you are at your core. So what you focus on starts with choosing you. Okay, it starts with turning within. It starts with becoming super aware of what is it that I believe in? What is it that I am choosing? What is it that I am thinking? What's my predominant tendency of thought from one now moment to the next? Am I someone who believes that life is for me, that life is unfolding perfectly, that love is all there is? Or am I someone who believes, even if I don't want to say it out loud, that maybe there's danger lurking around every corner? That maybe because I don't know how to do this, that maybe I don't deserve how to do this. That maybe there are a whole bunch of limitations kind of getting in the way, and that ends up being the predominant view that ends up coloring the lens through which we receive and experience our world. So it starts with you. And what he's saying here is know yourself so deeply that nothing outside of that knowing can shake it. And so here, our VTC values compass, the knowing part of our compass, the statement that goes along with it is, we live with the certainty that love is our true nature. It's not a wishy-washy, sometimes, most of the time I believe this, on special occasions, whatever. It's like, no, we live with the certainty, the 100% understanding, belief, knowing that love is our true nature, no matter what. No matter what we think, no matter how we feel, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what's happening in front of us. And if there's only one thing going on, then not only is love our true nature, love is the true nature of everyone and everything. Even the politicians that drive us crazy, the people who cut us off in traffic, this wing, whatever that we don't necessarily agree with, all of it is love expressing. And in order for us to be able to really anchor ourselves in that, we have to know it for ourselves first. It has to come from here. There's no amount of convincing from here that is going to make us feel it in here. Rupert Spira, philosopher and non-dualist, writes, "The entire universe is a dream in God's mind, made only of God, known only by God, and our purpose as individuals is to explore and recognize reality as that, and to live and celebrate it to the best of our ability." How is that for an invitation? How is that for a declaration? Inviting us from every single moment, from one to the next, to the next, to the next, to essentially remember who we are and to celebrate it. Okay, not to shy away, not to apologize for what we believe or who we know ourselves to be, but to celebrate it. Because guess what? When we are vibrating at a higher frequency, then what's going to happen is we can lift others up to that frequency rather than allow ourselves to be dragged down to a lower frequency or vibration, right? And this is part of why we come together, to remind ourselves that we can do that. We have the capacity every moment of every day. And if we don't believe it, there's someone next to us that we can lean on to remind us, right? Now, I've talked about this a little bit. Many of you know that I am just on the last day of a grueling, intensive 8-week fitness challenge. And when I started this fitness challenge 8 weeks ago, I just wanted to get in better shape. And I just, and there's some money to be won. Like the winner's going to win $30,000, and that's going to be announced on Thursday. And there are thousands of women around the world that have entered this competition, that have entered this challenge. Only a few hundred will probably enter the competition. And it's been so cool for me to go through this 8-week transformation where at the very beginning I thought, okay, this is a physical challenge. About 3 days in, this is a physical, mental, and emotional challenge because it's not just about making my body do stuff that it doesn't want to do and having my mind say, I'm the boss of you, you're not the boss of me kind of thing. But it was also about not learning, but remembering how to navigate the pain and the exhaustion and the I don't know if I can do another rep of whatever it is that I'm doing because I'm in tears and screaming at the TV because my body hurts so much. But in order to get through that, I get to remember who I am. And as I remember who I am, as I remember that I am God, I am love expressing. When I was doing an exercise at the gym a couple of days ago, it was lunges, walking, and passing a kettlebell through every single lunge, which is hard and heavy. And I hadn't done it for a few weeks, but I'm a lot stronger than I was 8 weeks ago. And as I found my balance, I was just thinking, oh my God, this is so hard, this is so hard. And I'm like, wait a minute. I am love. I am love. I am love. And immediately, my stability's there, the strength is there, and I can keep going because I'm focused, because I'm grounded and anchored in who and what I truly am. And so the whole thing of this is about remembering who I am, especially when it hurts. And so when I saw this photo, I wasn't sure if this was intentional or not because there was nothing written about it, but to me it looked like a brain, okay? A brain that was being broken because there was all of this stuff that was sprouting from within, right? That's us. There is this incredible energy that is always, always, always alive and active within us, that is who and what we are, that is just ready to burst out at the seams. And the thing that we can do sometimes is we can just clamp ourselves shut and go, nope, I'm good the way I am. And then this pressure, builds and builds and builds because it has to come out in some way. And then when we finally surrender to it, we might be broken on the outside. We might feel aches and pains and whatever it is, the discomfort of actually growing out of our comfort zone. But oh my gosh, then all of this beautiful awesomeness that is always there to begin with comes out and expresses more fully. And not just for ourselves, but out into the world, right? And so imagine if all of us allowed ourselves to express more fully than we are right now in this moment. And I know that no matter how, what's the word I'm looking for? No, evolved isn't the right word, but no matter how consciously one lives their life, no matter how tuned in and focused one is, I am knowing that there's always more. There's always, always more. There are more ways to express the love that we are. There are more ways to be the love that we are. And so Rupert Spira also writes, our longing for God is God's love for us. It is the gravitational pull of our being inviting us to return from the adventure of experience to the sanctuary of the heart. Our longing never finds what it is looking for. It comes to rest in it. So we never have to go anywhere else to experience who we are. We never have to hear it from someone else. We never have to find it elsewhere. We don't have to travel, because the thing that we're always looking for is right here within us. It is who and what we are, always, no matter what. And the more opportunity we take to turn within, the more opportunity we take to remember, to remind ourselves, to remind each other, the more the love that is the essence of everyone and everything can express more fully. So in the end, what I want to invite everyone to lean into, and this is for myself as much as anyone, that just like with some kind of physical practice or spiritual practice or any kind of practice, commitment and consistency are key. Because like we all know, you can't go to the gym one day, work out 8 hours, and then you're good to go. No, it takes 8 weeks of however many times a week. For me, it's been 5 strength and 4 to 6 cardio every week in addition to what I do at the gym, in order to really transform, in order to really express more fully as who and what we are. So commitment and consistency, they aren't just a part of spiritual practice, they are spiritual practice. And whatever it is that we are choosing to focus on, we are affirming, whether it's fear or faith, and whatever it is that we're focusing on expands. So I invite everyone, let's get really clear on what it is that we want to expand. Because life isn't about efforting, it's about embodying. So let us affirm with ongoing commitment and consistency, even when it hurts, to not only remember, but to actually be more of the love we truly are. Thank you, and so it is.